Hello, this is AJ.beddouk with eXp Realty. I'm the local real estate hippie, and that's my little girl playing in the background. For those of you that don't know, I have a 1-year-old beautiful little girl, and I'm exhausted, as I'm sure many of you parents of small children are as well, but you know what, we will get through this, and that's a video for a different day and a different person. Instead, what I'd like to talk to you guys about is making your money work for you. So anybody who knows me knows a few things about me. I was in the Army for 10 years. I have been a crazy adrenaline junkie, and I know how to work my money to make sure that I'm getting the most out of it. Basically, make my money go out and get a job. And I want to help you to do the same thing in real estate. So in this market where I'm at, which is the Emerald Coast, it's beautiful. We have Hurlburt Field, Duke, Eglin, so these military bases, not even including, Pensacola. So there's a huge military population here, which really is great because you're in a beautiful location where the home prices tend to go up pretty steadily, and there's lots of turnaround, so there are always people to buy them. So it's always pretty easy to buy and sell in this location, which is great for military members because a lot of times you don't have that time to just let something sit on the market or to really fish around for a great property. So really great area for that. Um, but on to making money. So unless your credit score is just garbage, it's pretty much always better to buy rather than to rent. If you're going to be here for a year, at least a year, we'll say that, because you want to live in it for a little while too. So some things that you can do as a military member, for one, of course, you have your VA eligibility, as long as you've been in for at least 90 days active duty. But you have your VA eligibility. Of course, there are a few other things that go into that. That'll be another video as well. But for the mainstream folks, especially if you're a first-time home buyer, use your VA. It'll help you to have no money down, and it'll prevent you from paying for a few different costs as well. So some of the things that you might consider are: what type of homes are easy to buy and easy to sell consistently? 3-bedroom, 2-bath homes. Let's narrow it down and make it even easier. Do people want 1-story or 2-story? Do they want a pool? So really consider the resale value of the property that you're about to purchase. So for me, I would recommend at least a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, no pool, 1-story, in an area where you can have a fenced-in yard. Maybe not too big, but something big enough so you could have a German Shepherd or a Pit Bull, because those seem to be the predominant breeds in the military. So you have that. Something else to consider: if you want to make money while you're living in the home, okay? So if you're a single person, you get that 3-bedroom, 2-bath, you can Airbnb out the other 2 bedrooms, or not, but it's an option, and it will definitely rent easily once you've moved on if you want to turn it into a rental as opposed to a sale. Something else to consider: with your VA eligibility, and with most loans, definitely talk to your lender to confirm this, but you should be able to purchase up to a quadplex under that same loan as long as you live within one of those units. So you could buy a 4-plex, live in one of the units, and rent out the other 3 units to more than cover your mortgage while you're living in it. And you won't need a property manager because you live there. You literally know what's going on. Now, after you've moved on and you rent out all 4 units, obviously you're going to want a property manager. I always recommend a property manager, especially if you're not local or like right there, because things happen. And a property manager will handle it for you, especially if you're going on deployment or going on holiday. Who knows? They're just going to be wonderful. But definitely, those are the things to consider when you're talking about purchasing a property, especially in the military, and you know this isn't going to be your forever home because you're probably going to move multiple times. So the beautiful thing about either Airbnb out your rooms, which you can do easily here on the Emerald Coast, is you can basically have somebody else paying your mortgage while you're living in the property. and then make your money back when you sell it, or continue to rent it out. There are a couple different companies. One specifically is iTrips, will actually manage your property for short-term rentals. Obviously, then you have to leave your furniture there for the short terms to use, and make sure it's allowed within the covenants of the homeowners association if there's one present in the neighborhood that you purchase in. A couple of different things to consider there. But you can essentially be making money off of the house that you're living in while you're living in it, and then make money off of it again when you move out of it. You can also, if you purchase lower than the full entitlement of your VA loan, you can still purchase another property when you move to your next station using that same VA eligibility. So once again, you're going to have no money down. You're going to be making money off of the previous property, and you can do it again at the next station. When I was in the Army, I bought I bought one house one house in New Braunfels, Texas, and then I moved down to San Antonio and bought a house there. And then I moved to Florida, to Navarre, Florida, and I bought a house there, and I was making money off of the two. I turned the two in Texas into rentals. As soon as I would move out of them, I would turn them into a rental. And then I was Airbnb rooms out of the house in Navarre while I was living in it. And then I moved to my dream home in Mary Esther and just turned the whole property in Navarre into just a regular rental. And now I'm going to have an Airbnb room downstairs of my dream home. So just constantly making money, making money, making money off of these houses that I lived in. I loved them. I took care of them. I lived in them, and then quickly turned them into money-making machines. So that right there is three streams of income. There it is. Three streams of income just off of properties that I needed to buy anyways, because I needed a place to live, and I don't believe in renting and giving someone else my money when I can actually build equity in something and then use it to my advantage later. So these are just some ideas that I wanted to throw out there, especially to the military community, knowing that you have these options readily available, and you can be starting your real estate investment, really early on, just putting your BAH towards a mortgage instead of towards rent. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to send me a message on Facebook. My business page is AJ.beddouk, or you can text me at 850-240-8754. Yeah, just look into these things. They can really work for you. All right? Bye.